All right, so we are adding rationals. So before we even get into this, I want to just remind you of something. You might not like it, but deal with it. Where we add fractions. So if I have 1/3 plus 1/3, that's going to give me 2/3, okay? Just like if I had 2 centimeters plus 5 centimeters, I would have 7 centimeters, okay? These things are all units of measurement, so it didn't change here. It didn't become centimeters squared, right? It's just that same unit. It's just like, so I have a third, I have a third, I still have thirds. It's a unit. That's what I want you to think of it as, okay? So of that same fashion, let's just get this out of here real quick. If it wants to, there we go. Of the same fashion, these are going to, this has a common denominator, okay? Which for us means that we can write that denominator once. That's a square. And we can put the whole entire numerator above it. So it just becomes one fraction, which makes life a lot easier. And then we can again keep the denominator exactly the same. Nothing's going to change with that guy. And we're just combining like terms on the top here. So we have 2k plus 1k. If you want to put that 1 in, please do so. Which gives us 3k. And we have negative 3, make sure the symbol before it goes with it, plus 6, which is a positive 3. And that's it. That's your answer. Okay? And that should hopefully lead you into, well, what happens if the denominators are not the same? So something like number 2. So again, let's go back to where it's just numbers. Okay? So if we have something like 1/2 plus 1/3, we had to get a common denominator, right? So if I had 1 inch plus 3 feet, I can't just add that together and say that it's 4 in feet, right? If I have 2 apples and 3 bananas, I can't say that I have 5 banapples. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't exist. We have to convert them into something that they both are, that they both have. And for what that means for us is we're going to take whatever this denominator is and we're going to multiply the top over here by it. And we're going to take whatever this denominator is and we're going to multiply this side by it. And then we're just going to put these two together as a new denominator. Okay? So, let's see what that looks like when it comes to the problems that we are looking at. Here we go. So I'm going to take this denominator and I'm going to put it with this 5n. So I've got 5n times n minus 4 plus, and then I'm going to take this denominator and put it with this numerator. So I'm going to take this n plus 3 and multiply n times plus 2. And they're all going to go over that one denominator. Okay? That's what we're going to do. And then we can simplify the top. We can leave the bottom. Nothing's going to happen to the bottom. The bottom's going to stay the same. But we can simplify the top. Okay? And these just scream to be simplified. You know how to do these, right? We got to distribute this guy over. 5n times n gives us 5n squared. 5n times a negative 4 is a negative 20n. No big deal there. In this one, we do need to FOIL. You can take it out to the side, and you can do the box method if you prefer it. But all we're doing is double distributing. I'm distributing n times n, which gives me n squared. Don't forget that plus sign, by the way. I'm distributing n times 2, which gives me 2n. And then I'm doing the same thing. I'm distributing the 3, which gives me 3n, and the 3 times the 2, which gives me 6. And it's all over that same denominator. Nothing's changing. I don't need to FOIL the denominator. It's actually preferred that you don't just FOIL the denominator, and then you're just combining like terms. That's all it is. So we're going to take 5n squared with our 1n squared and get 6n squared. We're going to take our negative 20n plus 2n and plus 3, and that should give us a negative 15n. And then we're going to take our lonely 6 here, who's by himself, and get a little plus 6 on the side, and it's all over that same denominator. Okay? And that's all it is. I am super curious if you guys can hear my dog sniffing at me right now. If not, we're done and you can pause this. But it's totally entertaining. She's trying to get in on this math. Okay? If you listen to this all the way to the end, and you write my dog's name on your note sheet, I will give you a bonus point. Don't tell anybody. You gotta be sneaky about it. If you go yelling it to everybody, then nobody gets it. But if you're real sneaky, and you know what, right under the date. Let's do it. This is gonna be fun. If you listen to this video all the way to the end, instead of writing the date, be real sneaky and write my dog's name. If you write that, if you already have the date, just put it right underneath. M-E-A. Her name is Mia. Okay? And she is just going crazy right now, trying to figure out why I'm talking to a machine. Alright, enjoy. Try the practice problems.